understanding that dynamic. That guy that I told you about, Verneman, he had picked 19 and a quarter, as one of his ideas. The guy seems to really know his stuff. So I follow him, obviously, because I'm not a profiler. I like to learn from these guys. I said earlier, doubtful we were going to get any kind of a, serious rotation backwards. And then when we had our support, 975, right in here, 988, that thing held, and that was the key. Because you have to start to unwind traders. And when you don't unwind this shelf right here, then the squeeze can continue. And then it can continue. So on a day like today, bucket shop rules, we'd said, the idea was to get to the 16 by tomorrow. They flew through it. And so now we're probably going to have a chop zone somewhere near here. And for now, still going to, say, as I said earlier, this 12.5, 13 is probably support. So the way we like to trade, till support is broken, that's the next support zone, and until that's violated, longs and in position are still in, position traders. And I don't think we'll get a very big pullback. What do we have left? 45 minutes, won't plunge. Definitely is not going to, in my opinion, that would be the biggest surprise if we did anything more than 3 to 4 points pullback. Just don't see it. Too many dead soldiers carried along here. So those traders who like shorting the highs, thinking rotation down, be careful. We can go to any day high. Vader, I told you, Vader said 23, and what are the odds? From here with the momentum trade, at some point, you say, okay, enough's enough, take your profits, whatever, but, this squeeze is on. And he's a lot closer to his target than most traders are to theirs, I'm sure. So at this point, I said, do nothing. You don't want to fade strength, and you're certainly not going to put on any new longs now. So nothing to do. Just if you had a good day, just relax. And the only traders that should short are those who have some profits that they are willing to risk. And traders who did that all day long said, okay, I'll take the next one, I'll take the next one. They just fuel this thing. And we've made, significantly higher highs on much less volume. Well, look at the volume. Still haven't even had over 800 ticks. The Dow is, everybody's, giddy about that. RTH still has not shown a single sign of wavering. Long side, just straight up in your face. We'd said this 10 area support, 988 at the time was our magnet, came right to it and refused to budge. So I cannot vote for the short side, for closing. Normally I would like to see an end of day, profit taking move. But I think already, the cards are in here. We've come up and touched that downtrend line that I'd put on earlier. And then, that's just something that caught my eye. This morning you saw me draw that here. Just said, okay, well, maybe we'll get there. Who knew? When the market's down here, if you think it's going there, you're just going to keep adding and adding and adding all day long. And right here, at the lunchtime, this is the whole key. And then once it starts to come out again, this is where if you have any doubts about it, now you got to jump in and just say, fine, we're going this way. So I think between the 18-20 is the right place to take profits. If it gets over 20, so be it. But man, the low was 90, so that's a 30-point day. And we had a 40 coming down, so I get that, the pain is there. For anybody who, didn't buy the breakout today and fought it, there's really pain. Anybody missed the opportunity, no big deal. But if you fought it all day long, you're in a body bag. So at this point, no recommendations. I say manage what you've got. If you've got a long side and you want to hang on another few minutes, fine. Shorts, I can't advise it. I said earlier, on a trend day like this, we don't fade this type of day, and I mean it. It's not worth the risk. There are plenty of days to short. Day like today, so what? You get 2 or 3 points against the push. Would have been easier to go with the flow a lot earlier in the day than to now try to guess the top. So if you want to short it, have some profits that you're willing to risk.